Good morning, all of you. All of you, please unmute your audio so that it won't be the disturbance in between. Okay. Uh, Hope all of you fine and safe and safe there. We'll start with the mandibular nerve and cortic ganglion. So, the last week, whatever we finished, it is infratemporal fossa, maxillary artery, and muscles of mastication, right? So, this mandibular nerve, it is usually asked as long essay, and uh, even though it is the longest, it's the easiest to draw and easiest to explain. Nothing much to explain in the mandibular nerve. So, before to reach the mandibular nerve, how to approach the mandibular nerve? Yeah. Uh, this diagram you can see there is one trigeminal nerve and there is a ganglion, that is trigeminal ganglion. For the trigeminal ganglion, there are three branches, that is ophthalmic and maxillary and a mandibular. This mandibular nerve, it is nothing but it is a branch of trigeminal cranial nerve. So, in this diagram, it is quite difficult to understand base or the deep within fossa, right? So, before see from where it comes from, so this is what is saying it is this is the cranial fossa. Okay, in the cranial fossa, we divide the cranial fossa into anterior, middle, and posterior. So in the middle cranial fossa, we can see this is the trigeminal nerve, and this the elevated part or the upper trigeminal ganglion. It is divided into three branches. One it is ophthalmic branch, and another it is maxillary, the largest mandibular nerve. So when you see the base of the same part, then here foramen. This is known as the all of you mute your audio. So this foramen
Sir,
it
your
is known
voice
as
is
the
not clear, sir.
okay. I will be little. There will be the network issue in their place. In your places also there will be the audio. It will be little affected. Okay. Fine. This what is seeing this foramen. It is known as foramen ovale, and the small foramen here it is known as the foramen spinous. Okay. So when you to reach this mandibular nerve up to here, this zygomatic arch, we supposed to cut this zygomatic arch, and we supposed to cut the mandible, and we supposed to remove all the fascia and skin to reach up to here, right? To see the mandibular nerve. All of you mute your audio, please. So before going to see this side view, okay. So when you're seeing, he reflected all the skin, and you can see the parotid gland, and this is the zygomatic arch, and here it is the external acoustic meatus. So to reach mandibular nerve, is supposed to remove this parotid gland, and we supposed to cut this zygomatic arch, and all this muscle we are supposed to take it out. So when we go to this, if you remove the zygomatic parotid gland, so now we can see zygomatic arch. So now we removed the parotid gland. Now we can see this is the zygomatic arch, and this is the mandible and the TM joint, and here it is the base of the mandible, masseter. To enter into this infratemporal fossa and to see the mandibular nerve and maxillary artery, See here, we supposed to cut this zygomatic arch, and we supposed to cut this mandible, and we'll take out this mandible. We'll go inside to that infratemporal fossa. Now we can see like this. See, so I cut the mandible here, and the zygomatic arch we cut here. So what is mandibular nerve?
Excuse me, sir, you're not audible.
It's okay. Just to keep. I know that it is due to the some network issues. In if it is there also, if you have the network issue, there will be the audible problem will be there. So just to keep. Anyway, it is recording. You can later it. You can view the videos. Okay. So this is it consists of a large sensory root and a small motor root. Okay. So the sensory root of this mandibular division originates from the inferior angle or from the trigeminal ganglion only, and the motor root arises from the medulla oblongata and pons. Okay. These two roots emerge from the cranium separately. So when it before it comes out from the cranium, this motor root and sensory root it is separately, and it comes out through the foramen ovale. Okay, and outside the foramen ovale, just comes as soon as it comes out from the foramen ovale, this sensory root and motor root will join. Then it forms a trunk. Okay, this trunk remains undivided, or a small trunk. It is of around 2 to 3 millimeter. So that you can see here. See that here the motor and sensory root it joins together. Then it forms a trunk of it is around 2 to 3 millimeter in length. Okay, then it divides into a smaller anterior division and a larger posterior division. Okay, so here, this diagram I can explain. See, it consists, this is a trigeminal nerve. It consists, this is the ganglion, that is trigeminal ganglion, which divides into a ophthalmic and a maxillary and a mandibular nerve. Fine. So it consists of a small motor root and a large sensory root. Both it separately comes out from this foramen ovale. As soon as it comes out, it joins together to form a trunk. This trunk, it is almost around just a 2 to 3 millimeter in length. Immediately, it divides into a anterior division and a posterior division. Okay, this is the basic course of mandibular nerve. So it is the mandibular nerve. It is the largest branch of trigeminal ganglion. It consists of a motor root and a sensory root. Both separately comes out from the foramen ovale. As soon as it comes out, it joins to form a trunk. The trunk, it is around 2 to 3 millimeter in length. Then it immediately divides into a smaller anterior division and a larger posterior division. Fine. So this is about. So now if you see the branches, see the main trunk, from the main trunk and from the anterior division, what all the branches, and from the posterior division, what all the branches is supposed to know. Okay, we'll see that. So from the trunk, you can see the trunk here. So only two branches. See, one it is branch to the medial pterygoid. We studied the muscles of mastication already. So the medial pterygoid muscle, it is supplied from the branch from the trunk. Okay. Along with the medial pterygoid, it is also supplies us tensor tympani and tensor palatai. These are the muscles of, one it is of tensor tympani is the muscle of ear, and tensor palatai, it is the muscle of palate that you will study later. Okay. And one more branch, that is nervus spinosus. Nervus spinosus, it goes back and enter into the foramen spinosum and enter into the cranial cavity. So from the trunk, two branches, one to the medial pterygoid, which also supplies us tensor tympani and tensor palatii, and nervus spinosus. Now, anterior division. So the anterior division mainly it is motor. Okay, it supplies us all the muscles of mastication. That is a masseteric nerve which supplies us the masseter muscle, and two deep temporal nerves which supplies us temporalis muscle, and one to the lateral pterygoid. These all it is motor branches, and from the anterior division there is only one sensory nerve, that is the buccal nerve. This is MCQ question, that is only sensory nerve from the anterior division, it is buccal nerve. So trunk we finished, that is it consists of two branches, one to the medial pterygoid muscle, along which also supplies us tensor tympani and tensor palatii, and nervus spinosus. Okay. Then anterior division, it is mainly motor, which supplies us all the muscles of mastication. So that is masseteric nerve, deep temporal nerve, and lateral pterygoid. Only one sensory nerve it consists of, that is the buccal nerve. Clear. So this is also MCQ question, that is medial pterygoid, it is branch of trunk. Remaining all the muscles, it is supplied by the branch from the anterior division. Okay. Now we'll see the posterior division. So the posterior division, you can see it is immediately divides into further two. That is, one it is lingual nerve, and another one it is known as the inferior alveolar nerve. So inferior alveolar, in this diagram, so this part it is known as the inferior alveolar region, right? This is the inferior alveolar arch of mandible. So obviously inferior alveolar nerve means which comes through the mandible. One more, it goes in front anteriorly, that is to the lingual. Okay, so the mandibular nerve, it supplies us enter this region, that is the lower mandibular region and the lower lip, lower part of the cheek, and up to this region it is supplies us the mandibular nerve. Fine. So posterior division immediately divides into a lingual nerve and a inferior alveolar nerve, and one more it gives, there is a small branch here, that is auricular temporal nerve, auriculotemporal nerve. So these are the three branches of posterior division: lingual, inferior alveolar, and auriculotemporal. Okay, so if you just brief out the branches, so these are the branches from the main trunk, medial pterygoid branch, and nervus spinosus. This is nothing but meningeal branch, and nerve to tensor palatii, nerve to tensor tympani. Okay, tympani means tympanic membrane. Okay, that is to the ear. Tensor palatii means it is the nerve to the palate. From the anterior division, all the motor nerve except buccal nerve, that is, so masseteric, pterygoid, that is to the lateral pterygoid, and to the deep temporal, and one buccal nerve, that is the sensory nerve. Okay. Posterior division gives auriculotemporal and the lingual nerve and inferior alveolar nerve. Okay. So only this much about the mandibular nerve is supposed to know. So, but it will ask us long essays as a 10-marker question. So that time is supposed to explain lingual nerve and inferior alveolar nerve in detail a little bit. Okay. And moreover, sometimes inferior alveolar nerve itself, it will ask us the 5-marker question. Even the lingual nerve, it will ask us the 5-marker question. So if you take part, if a small part of the, or each part of the mandibular nerve in detail, no need to tell the much the relations and all. See, main trunk, it is about 2 to 3 millimeter in length. It consists of both motor and sensory branches together, and in front of this trunk of the medial nerve, and just medial to the trunk of the mandibular nerve, there is a small ganglion. Ganglion means nothing but it is the collection of cell bodies outside the CNS. It is known as the ganglion. So there is a ganglion that I will explain later. So from the trunk, this is also the MCQ question. What are the nerves from the trunk of the mandibular nerve except? Okay. So this is nerve to medial pterygoid, and nervus spinosus, that is the meningeal branch, enters the skull through the foramen spinosum and supplies us the dura mater. Okay. Nerve to tensor palatine, and the nerve to tensor tympani. This is to the middle ear, and this is to the palate. Okay, this is the main trunk. Okay. Now, if you see the anterior division, I told it is the anterior division. It is mainly motor, and so it supplies all the muscles of mastication except the medial pterygoid. Medial pterygoid, it is supplied by the trunk. Okay. So nerve to lateral pterygoid. The lateral pterygoid nerve enters the medial side of the lateral pterygoid muscle. And yesterday you studied the lateral pterygoid muscle, or day before yesterday in detail. So medial side of the lateral pterygoid muscle to provide the motor nerve supply, and the nerve to the masseter muscle. This masseter muscle, it passes through the mandibular notch. When you ask a mandible in exams, you're supposed to know where is the mandibular notch, and I will show you. See, this notch, you can see here, this notch, it is the mandibular notch. So from inside, through this mandibular notch, masseteric nerve comes out and it supplies this masseter muscle. Fine. Yeah. It comes out through the mandibular notch and supplies the masseter muscle. Then nerve to temporal muscle. You studied that there is, even in the maxillary artery studied, there are two temporal nerve, that is two deep temporal nerve. Here also there are two deep temporal nerve, that is anterior temporal nerve and posterior deep temporal nerve. Okay. Anterior deep temporal nerve, anterior one, it is supplies us the deep part of the temporalis muscle at its anterior portion, and posterior deep temporal, it supplies us the posterior part of the temporalis muscle. Only this much about the anterior division. Then, if you see the posterior division, I told, so the posterior division, it is mainly sensory. Okay, anterior division, it is mainly motor, except the buccal nerve. Posterior division, it is mainly sensory, and also it carries some motor components. And this division, as I told, it extends downwards and medially, and immediately it divides into three branches. That is, one it is auriculotemporal nerve, another it is lingual nerve, third one it is inferior alveolar nerve. Okay. When you see auriculotemporal nerve, okay, I will show you the other diagram. Yeah. See, this is auriculotemporal nerve. You can see that it takes origin as two roots. It consists of two roots, the anterior root and a posterior root, and it encloses a artery, that is nothing but middle meningeal artery. So these two roots encloses middle meningeal artery. Then it runs upwards. These two roots joins together. Then it runs upwards and supplies us the scalp. In the scalp is studied in front of the ear. The nerve supplied is by auriculotemporal nerve. Okay. So that is auriculotemporal. If in the exams, if it is asked also, usually auriculotemporal nerve can ask us 2-marker question. So you can write, it arises by the medial and lateral root. This root encloses middle meningeal artery just below the foramen spinosum. It passes the superficial temporal artery. In its upward course, it divides into numerous branches, and it supplies us. Tragus means nothing but the part of the ear, and is about in front of the ear and up to the vertex of the skull. Vertex means at the center of the upper part of the norma verticalis. Okay. So this is auriculotemporal nerve. Just no need to explain these all. Just we can tell auriculotemporal nerve. It arises as medial and lateral root. It encloses the middle meningeal artery. Then it supplies us the scalp. Okay, along with the tragus of the ear. Now, lingual nerve. See, in the lingual nerve, this you can see. So in the lingual nerve, first it is situated anteriorly. That is anterior to the inferior alveolar nerve. So this is the lingual nerve, it is runs downwards. See, this muscle, it is lateral pterygoid. So it is situated medial to the lateral pterygoid. Okay. If it is asked as 5-marker question, you're supposed to write, see, introduction, what is lingual nerve? So lingual nerve, it is the branch of posterior division of mandibular nerve. It runs downwards in front of inferior alveolar nerve. This is inferior alveolar. It runs downwards in front of inferior alveolar nerve, medial to this muscle, that is lateral pterygoid muscle. Then it runs downwards. Descends between the lateral pterygoid muscle and the ramus of the mandible. Then it lies parallel to the inferior alveolar nerve, but medially and anterior to it. Then it passes deep to reach the side of the tongue. It reaches the side of the tongue. Yeah, it reaches here the side of the tongue, and it supplies the anterior two-third of the tongue. Okay. So the lingual nerve, if it is asked, it is the largest, it is the branch of posterior division of mandibular nerve, runs downwards in front and anteriorly and medial to the inferior alveolar nerve between lateral pterygoid muscle and the ramus of the muscle, ramus of the mandible. Then it runs downwards and then it reaches the side of the tongue and it supplies anterior two-third of the tongue. Clear? So that is inferior lingual nerve, right? And this lingual nerve, it gives a communication with, see, this lingual nerve have a communication with a facial nerve. That communication branch, it is known as the chorda tympani nerve. So lingual nerve have a communication with facial nerve with by the chorda tympani nerve. Now, so next one, inferior alveolar nerve. This is the most important out of this mandibular nerve. Usually it will ask us 5-marker question. So this is largest branch of posterior division of mandibular nerve. It descends with the inferior alveolar artery at first beneath the pterygoid plexus. Okay. Then, so you can see this diagram. So this is auricular temporal nerve. It encloses the middle meningeal artery. Then it runs upwards and to supply the scalp. This is the inner view. Okay. And there is a ligament. This ligament is known as, see, this is spine of the sphenoid bone, and this is to the mandible, that is lingula of mandible. So this ligament, it is known as a sphenomandibular ligament. So you can see this inferior alveolar nerve, it is situated between the mandible and sphenomandibular ligament. Then it enter into this foramen. You studied the mandible. This foramen, it is known as the mandibular foramen. This inferior alveolar nerve enter into this mandibular foramen. Then it runs within the mandible. This inferior alveolar nerve runs within the mandible. Okay. So then between the sphenomandibular ligament and the ramus of the mandible to enter the mandibular foramen. Then it passes forward in the mandibular canal within the mandible beneath the teeth as far as it reaches the mental foramen in the body of the mandible, where it divides into two terminal branches, that is incisive branch and mental branch. Mental branch, it comes out through the mental foramen. Incisive branches, which supplies us the teeth there. Okay. The branches of the inferior alveolar nerve are the mylohyoid, that I will tell you. See, one more branch here. This groove, it is known as the mylohyoid groove. So before enter into this mandibular foramen, it gives one more branch, that is mylohyoid branch, okay, which supplies us the muscle known as mylohyoid muscle. Okay. So it is the largest branch of posterior division of trigeminal mandibular nerve. It is situated between ramus of the mandible and this sphenomandibular ligament. Then it's enter into mandibular foramen. Then it runs within the mandible, and in front it divides into mental branch and incisive branch. Mental branch comes out through the mental foramen. Incisive branch, it supplies us all these dentals. Okay. Before entering into the mandibular nerve, it gives a small branch known as the mylohyoid branch. That is incisive branch. It supplies us canine and the incisor teeth. Mental nerve, it emerges at the mental foramen, divides the beneath the triangularis muscle of into the three branches, and it supplies us the skin of the chin and to ascend to skin and mucous membrane of the lower lip. So the mental nerve, it supplies us chin and the lower limb, I mean the lower lip. Okay. These branches communicate freely with the facial nerve also. Okay. Now, mandibular nerve, where all it supplies us. Okay. So the mandibular nerve, it supplies us. So you can see the teeth and the gums of the mandible, skin of the temporal region, auricle, lower lip, lower part of the face, muscles of mastication, and also it supplies us anterior two-third of the tongue. Okay, this much is supposed to write for 10 mark per question. So explain mandibular nerve and its course, then explain each branches in detail. That is anterior division and its branches, posterior division, auriculotemporal, and this one inferior alveolar and lingual nerve. Okay, so this is much about the mandibular nerve. Applied anatomy I will tell in the end. So when you do the dissection, if you remove if you remove the mandible, see this is the part of the mandible, and here it is the mandibular foramen. Okay, it's quite difficult to understand. I know. Still, see this is the anterior part, and this is the posterior, superior, and inferior. So you can see this in the identification. To identify this inferior alveolar nerve, just pull it out. So you can see that it goes into the mandible through the mandibular foramen. So that is inferior alveolar nerve that usually situated posteriorly. In front of that, there is similarly a large nerve we can see, that is a lingual nerve. Okay, and the anterior division, it is quite difficult to get. Only the buccal nerve we can see properly here, and all the smaller branches, as we dissected out all the muscles, it's quite difficult to see. Okay. Now, so that much about the mandibular nerve. So I will, in the end of the class, I will show you how to draw this mandibular nerve also. Fine. So now this is otic ganglion. I don't know whether you finished any ganglion as of now. So ganglion is nothing but it is a collection of, or a it's a collection of cell bodies. Okay, outside the CNS, it is known as the ganglion. When it is within the CNS, it is known as the nucleus, that you will study later. So there are 3-4 ganglions are there: otic ganglion, mandibular ganglion, and all this you're supposed to study. It will come, usually it will come in the exams as the 5 mark per question. For all the ganglions, there is a common pattern. So just to write the introduction and the branches. I will tell you what all the branches for all the ganglions in brief, how you're supposed to write for that, the general pattern for the, if it is any, as the ganglion. Okay. So first you should write the situation of the ganglion. First you should write the introduction, what it is. So it is peripheral parasympathetic ganglion, which supplies us to the parotid gland. It is, that is otic ganglion. Okay, it is situated just below the foramen ovale, medial to, so you can see here, medial to the mandibular nerve. Okay, topographically it is related to mandibular nerve, but functionally it is a part of glossopharyngeal nerve, that I will tell you how it is. Okay, then you write the size of, for every ganglion there will be, there is topographically it is related to one nerve, but functionally it is related to another nerve. So this is the first sentence about the ganglion is supposed to write for whatever the ganglion it is asked. Okay, it is a peripheral parasympathetic ganglion, or which gland it is supplies. Here the otic ganglion, it is supplies as the parotid gland. Topographically it is related to mandibular nerve, but functionally it is related to the glossopharyngeal. What's the size of the otic ganglion? It is around 2 to m millimeter. When you do the dissection also, it is quite very difficult to see this ganglion as it is very smaller in size. Okay. So this is the introduction of the ganglion. Next is supposed to write its distribution, or also you can tell it is as the branches. Okay. For every ganglion you take, whether it is mandibular ganglion or any ganglion you take, it is 3 branches. That is, one, it is parasympathetic root, and a sympathetic root will be there, and a sensory root. For any ganglion, the same headings. Okay. First you write the introduction, then where it is situated, what's the size, then next you write branches or the roots, there are three roots: motor or the parasympathetic root, sympathetic root, and sensory root. Parasympathetic root, already you studied the nerve supply of parasympathetic. Okay, there is a pathway, right? See, the parasympathetic root, what you're supposed to write? No need to write whatever it is in this slide. So in the parasympathetic root, so it begins from inferior salivatory nucleus, then it passes through glossopharyngeal nerve, then it passes through the tympanic branch, then it forms a plexus, tympanic plexus. I will draw and show you this later. Then lesser petrosal nerve, which forms a reaches to the otic ganglion. It forms a relay in the otic ganglion. From the otic ganglion, there is a postganglionic fibers which supplies to the parotid gland. Okay, this is parasympathetic. Okay, another one it is sympathetic root. Okay, sympathetic root. See, for any ganglion, if submandibular ganglion means there is the same nervous supply for a parasympathetic nerve supply for the mandibular gland you're supposed to write. Okay, this is otic ganglion which is supplies the parotid gland. So for the parasympathetic or the motor root, is supposed to write this pathway of parotid gland. Okay, then sensory, there will be, if it is any gland near to that gland or near to this otic ganglion, there will be artery. So here the near to the otic ganglion, which artery it is there? There is a middle meningeal artery, as I told before, right? So along this middle meningeal artery, see, if this is middle meningeal artery, there is a sympathetic plexus will be there. So there is a sympathetic plexus surrounding this middle meningeal artery. It comes from superior cervical ganglion, which passes through otic ganglion without any delay and supplies us the parotid gland. So this is about sympathetic root. Another one, it is sensory root. So sensory root, near to the this one, middle meningeal artery, there is the nerve that is auriculotemporal. This diagram, it is little confusing. I will draw it later and show you. So sensory is by auriculotemporal nerve. So this is only this much you're supposed to write about a ganglion. First you write it's what it is and where it is situated, and topographically to the which nerve and functionally to the which nerve. So otic ganglion, it is near to the parotid gland. So it supplies us the parotid gland, topographically to the mandibular nerve, but functionally to the glossopharyngeal nerve. Size is around 2 to 3 millimeter. Okay, three roots: parasympathetic root, sympathetic root, and sensory root. Fine. So parasympathetic root, you can write like this. It pathway from the inferior salivatory nucleus, glossopharyngeal, then tympanic branch, tympanic plexus, then lesser petrosal nerve, relay in the otic ganglion. From the otic ganglion, postganglionic fibers supplies to the parotid gland. Sympathetic plexus by the plexus surrounding the middle meningeal artery, without relay through the otic ganglion supplies to the parotid gland. Then sensory through the auriculotemporal nerve. Okay, so this is about otic ganglion. Now, it's applied anatomy of mandibular nerve. We cannot tell only it is as the mandibular nerve applied anatomy. It's altogether as the trigeminal nerve. That is a condition known as a trigeminal neuralgia. In such case, what will happen? Wherever it supplies us, I told there is three branches: ophthalmic, maxillary, and mandibular. So all these areas, there will be severe pain and intermittent, very severe pain will be there, all these regions. So this condition, it is known as a trigeminal neuralgia. Okay. One more most important applied anatomy, especially the dental surgeries or removal of the dentures. So they will give the anesthetic injections, right? So they can give the anesthetic injection just above the mandibular foramen. You can see here the mandibular foramen. Just above here, if you give the anesthesia injection, local anesthesia, so it will affect to the entire inferior alveolar nerve. So all the tooths, everything will be become anesthetic. Okay, so this is another applied anatomy of mandibular nerve. Okay, just a minute. So this is about mandibular nerve and otic ganglia, right? So mandibular nerve, it is important question from the mandibular nerve. It is as long as it will ask explain mandibular nerve in detail and its branches, and inferior alveolar nerve, it will ask us 5-marker question. Lingual nerve, it will ask us 5-marker question. As the short answers, auriculotemporal nerve as the short answers, otic ganglion as the 5-marker question. Otic ganglion as the 5-marker question. As like MCQs, that is anterior division, it gives only only one sensory branch, that is the buccal nerve. Okay, and from the branch from the trunk, that is to the medial pterygoid and nervus spinosus or the middle meningeal branch. Okay, one more this MCQ question. Along with the medial pterygoid muscle, what all the other muscles supplies us? That is tensor tympani and the tensor palatii. Tensor tympani and tensor palatii muscles. Okay, so these are the common MCQs and the short essays and the short answers from mandibular nerve. Okay. Now, I will show you how to draw the diagram of this one. So this, if you're using the mobile, please tilt the mobile and see, because the while recording little bit, it is in vertical this one. Sorry, the horizontal this one video. See, I hope you can see the audio. See, first we can see, draw, this is trigeminal nerve and the trigeminal ganglion. Now, first branch you can see, this is ophthalmic, and what I'm drawing it is maxillary. Okay, so ophthalmic branch and a maxillary branch. Now, the largest branch, what I'm drawing it is mandibular nerve. So I told there is a large sensory and small. It is dotted one. What I draw it is motor root and the large sensory. Okay, it is mandibular nerve. So here what I'm drawing it is now it is foramen ovale. Okay, so up to foramen ovale, it is both. It is in separately. Okay, it's center into foramen, comes out to foramen. There it joins a single trunk. Okay, this is foramen ovale. Right. So it comes out. When you draw the diagram, please keep it vertical and draw. Okay. In this video, it is quite. It is in a horizontal. This one. So immediately it divides into a, see, the anterior division and a posterior division. So this is around 2 to 3 millimeter in length. Immediately it divides into anterior division and a posterior division. Clear? Now, this is the trunk, a small trunk around 2 to 3 millimeter. Now from the trunk, see, which it is supplies, it is to the medial pterygoid. Okay, it supplies as the medial pterygoid muscle, and it also supplies us tensor tympani and tensor palatii, tensor veli palatii and tensor tympani. Okay. One more branch, that is nervus spinosus. It goes inside to the brain through the foramen spinosum. See what I draw, it is foramen spinosum. Clear? Now, it goes through and supplies the middle cranial fossa. Clear? Now we'll see only the anterior division. Clear? So that is foramen spinosum. Right? Now we'll see the anterior division. What I told, it is most of motor. Okay. So first one to the masseter nerve, masseter muscle. Then there are two deep temporal nerves. Then one it is buccal nerve. That is the only one sensory nerve in anterior division. Okay, that is only one sensory nerve in anterior division. And one more, it is also supplies as the lateral pterygoid that I didn't draw here anyway. Here it's supposed to draw the lateral pterygoid. Fine. Now the posterior division, it immediately divides into a lingual nerve, and this is inferior alveolar. Clear? This is the lingual nerve, and this is supplies as the tongue, anterior 2/3 of the tongue. Clear? Now this is inferior alveolar. Okay. Inferior alveolar nerve. Now, one more branch I told. See, inferior alveolar, where it is entered, it is through the mandibular nerve. It's entered to mandibular foramen. Okay, it's entered through the mandibular foramen, and so I draw the mandible here. Here, all the dexters will be there. So here it is mandibular foramen. Right? It is mandibular. It's entered into mandibular foramen, travels within the mandible, it comes out through the mandible. Here the foramen is mental foramen as mental nerve. It comes out through the mental nerve, mental foramen as mental nerve. And the incisive, as I told, there is a incisive branches which supplies all the thing. Okay, and just above, just before it enter into the mandibular foramen, it gives a branch that is mylohyoid branch. Okay, it runs in the mylohyoid group. Clear? So here I forgot to draw a lateral pterygoid branch too. You have to draw the lingual nerve, which is supplies as the anterior 2/3 of the link. Link tongue. Then yeah, here one more branch. What I told it is auriculotemporal, which divides into medial and post lateral root. Then it joins and it supplies the scalp. So this, it encircles and it encloses what? Middle meningeal artery. Okay, encloses the middle meningeal artery. So you can draw a middle and meningeal artery in between. Here. So if you ask us 10 mark per question, this first only you should draw this diagram. Then it will be very easy for you people to explain each. One more, I told there is a communication branch, right? This lingual nerve, it communicates with facial nerve through a branch known as the chorda tympani branch. So this is facial nerve. So there is a communication branch that is nothing but chorda tympani branch, which is communicate with the lingual nerve. Okay. So this is about the mandibular nerve. Clear? Now, next, if you see the otic ganglion, okay, I will show you how to draw the otic ganglion also. I hope you people understand. Now, the otic ganglion. See, otic ganglion, where I told it is just medial to the trunk of the mandibular nerve. So first only we can draw a otic ganglion. That is a large circle we can draw. So that is otic ganglion. Clear? Then lateral to that, okay, that is medial. So that is the trunk of mandibular nerve. It divides into a lingual and a inferior alveolar. Then now, yeah, now I can see here what is the auriculotemporal nerve. Okay. So this is basic. Now we'll tell about the. Okay. So here within the auriculotemporal nerve, which is the artery, that is middle meningeal artery. It is surrounded by this one, plexus of nerve. Okay. So first we'll see parasympathetic route. Okay. Parasympathetic route first from inferior salivatory nucleus. It is inferior salivatory nucleus. Inferior salivatory nucleus. Then it joins, passes through glossopharyngeal nerve. That is glossopharyngeal nerve. From the glossopharyngeal nerve, it continues as tympanic branch. then a plexus, that is the tympanic plexus. Then from the tympanic plexus, it's a lesser petrosal nerve. A lesser petrosal nerve reaches the otic ganglion here. It forms a relay there. Then post-ganglion fibers enter into the auriculotemporal nerve, which supplies us parotid gland. Okay? Through the auriculotemporal nerve, it supplies us the parotid gland. Clear? Now, next one, it is sympathetic root. I told sympathetic root, it is the plexus surrounding the middle meningeal artery. It comes from superior cervical ganglion. So you just draw a plexus surrounding this middle meningeal artery. Here, it does not have any relay. It continuously passes through the auriculotemporal nerve and supplies us parotid gland. Okay. Without any relay, it runs, it passes through the auriculotemporal nerve and supplies us parotid. Clear? And sensory, it comes out through the through the auriculotemporal nerve and supplies. Okay. Sensory directly through this auricular. So that's what I'm drawing. It is sensory branch. So this much is supposed to draw about auriculotemporal. So this is from the trunk. There is one more branch. What I draw it is branch to the tensor tympani and branch to the tensor veli palatae, and also it supplies us to the medial territory. Okay. So this is the diagram for otic ganglion. Okay. So I hope you understood this topic. So I told all the important question and about the mandibular nerve. So if any doubts, you can text me or you can ask here on. Okay. Before that, I'm just going to take the attendance. So for any doubts, you can ask now. That's about the mandibular nerve. So as it is long essay, first you draw the diagram, explain its course, then explain each branches in detail. Then the applied anatomy, that is trigeminal neuralgia or mandibular neuralgia. Okay. So we'll take the attendance. If anyone to join, please. So thank you for all. Stay safe.